of the top story that we are tracking at this hour. Maharashtra schools will be reopening for all classes from today. Now, this has come after the state government gave a nod to reopen schools across the state and empowered the local administrations to take the final call depending on COVID situation in their respective districts. However, the State Minister Aditya Thackeray has denied obligation on part of the students to attend the school and said that sending a child to school depends on the parents or the ward's wish. Listen in.
पालकांना पाठवणं कंपल्सरी बिलकुल नाहीये. ज्यांना योग्य वाटतं त्यांनीच पाठवावं. कोणी जास्ती ज्यांना वाटतं रिस्क घेऊ नये त्यांनी घेऊ नये. शाळा उद्यापासून जरी सुरू होत असले तरी शाळेवर आणि पालकांवर आहे की पुढची पावलं कशी टाकायची. एकच प्रयत्न आहे की 700 दिवस शाळा बंद झाल्यानंतर कुठेतरी आपण पुन्हा एकदा त्याला सुरुवात करत आहोत. काही जिल्ह्यांनी ठरवलंय की पुढच्या 10 दिवसांनी करायची, कारण तिथे आता पीक येत आहे. आपल्याकडे पीक येऊन गेल्यानंतर आपण हे थोडा एक प्रयोग करत आहोत. अशीच प्रार्थना आहे की सगळे सुखरूप राहावे.
There you heard the Maharashtra Minister Aditya Thackeray, where he said that it's not obligatory on the part of the students to be attending the schools that are reopening in the state today, including that in Mumbai. He said it totally depends on the parents and the wishes of their wards, whether they want to be physically attending the classes or not. However, the schools in the state, including that in Mumbai, open from today. The classes will begin for students. Remember, students are really badly hit as far as education is concerned, considering this pandemic, because the schools have been shut. There has been no clarity on whether the schools can resume in time. But the state of Maharashtra, initially, which was in fact the worst hit state, has really taken the COVID situation at hand into their stride, and they are now reporting less and less cases. And taking that into account, now the schools in the state are open, and they open from today. In fact, this has come after the government in the state has given a nod to reopen the schools for the students and empowered the local authorities to take this final call depending on the COVID situation in their respective districts on whether to open the schools or not. I'm now joined by my colleagues from on ground. My colleague Disha Shah and Sandeep are joining me from Mumbai. Disha is joining me from the Aran Poddar School. Disha, I'll come to you first. Very good morning. Now, just take us through the footfall, because we just were taking our viewers through Maharashtra Minister's bite over there, where Aditya Thackeray has said that it's not mandatory for the students to go ahead and attend school, despite the fact that they are in fact reopening the schools today.
Well, that is right. Definitely, it's a good start of Monday, especially for the students who were really awaiting to come to the school and take the offline classes. In fact, I am here in Poddar school, which is a private school, and the school is yet to start. What we understand, it will start by 8:30 a.m. So we are expecting students to come in some time. But definitely, as far as measures are concerned, precautions are concerned, you know, earlier there were not sanitizer, but now you can see that sanitizers have been kept right at the center of the main gate, is what we understand. And definitely, like you know, Maharashtra Minister Aditya Thackeray did rightly point out that how, you know, it is not mandatory. It is not mandatory for the students to actually take the offline classes. Hybrid model will continue, especially in Mumbai as well as across the parts of Maharashtra as well. Remember when during 3 to 4 months ago, when the schools did really begin, the offline attendance was not really much, and that is why private schools were a little bit hesitant to reopen, you know, in December. But now what we understand, this is a school, as you can see, the cleaning process is underway to ensure that the students do come in a healthy environment, in a sanitized environment, because this is something which is a new thing to keep about. You can see one of the student also here entering the school, we can just quickly speak to the one parent here. Thank you so much, sir. So the schools have reopened today, and especially in the last couple of weeks, we have seen that how COVID cases had gone up, but now they have come down. As a parent, what is the worry? Do you have any concern, and what's the advice that you've given to your child to keep sure that he's safe inside the school premises as well?
So there is obviously a challenge, or there is some doubt in my mind in terms of COVID-19 cases, etc. But at the same time, since last 2 years, kids are sitting at home. And my kid, especially who is in 8th standard now, he's missing all the fun what we did during our time. So probably that's the main motive behind my decision to bring him to school. And at the same time, all the necessary precautions like sanitizers, masks, social distancing, education, etc. I have given it to him. So I'm sure he will follow that, and I'm sure school will also take care of it. Thank you so much.
So here we heard the parent who said that, they are very much keen on sending their kids because, 2 years they have been studying only online classes. So now for students to experience the offline model, to not miss out on education is something which comes on priority, but definitely keeping in mind the safety aspect of it as well.
Right, Disha, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed with all those details from the R.N. Poddar School. Also standing by is my colleague Sandeep Singh, who's joining us from the BMC School in Chembur. Sandeep, very good morning to you as well. What is the preparedness on ground now that the schools are reopening there as well? What is the situation that you see, the kind of precautions, that have been put in place so that the students go ahead and attend their classes without any fear of COVID?
See, Griha, we are out here at Mumbai's Chembur BMC school. You can see in the visual, the students, the small age students have gathered out here with the social distancing measures been followed out here. There are a lot of kids wearing masks and following the COVID appropriate behavior. You can see in the visual, these are some small kids. We'll try to speak to them and we'll get their reactions, what are their thoughts overcoming in the school. अपना नाम बताएं आप. अच्छा, आज से स्कूल चालू है, अच्छा लग रहा है आपको आकर? हाँ, कितने दिन से घर पे थे आप? घर पे बैठे थे? अब स्कूल चालू हो गया, अच्छा लग रहा है? So these are the reaction. अपना नाम बताएं. अच्छा, स्कूल चालू हो गया है, तो अब आपको अच्छा लग रहा है? हाँ. कोविड से डर लग रहा है? COVID से डर नहीं लग रहा है. So these are the reactions. The kids are very fearless, following all the COVID guidelines. We are joined by the principal out here at the BMC school. We'll speak to her and get their reaction, how the things are getting managed. Ma'am, your reactions over, the schools has been started. What are the precautions that school is being taken?
We have taken all the precautions which are necessary to avoid the COVID things. We have given all the things and precaution measures to the parents also, and whatever the things are needed for our students, because students are so enthusiastic to join the school again. So we are welcoming the students with all precautions here. All right. If you can enter in the schools, you can see whatever the precautions we have made it here.
All right, so the BMC corporator of this area is also here. The government had issued, the BMC had issued the directions. We'll speak to her and get their thoughts over the starting the school. Madam, किस तरीके से जो है आप कोविड के नियमों का पालन करवाएंगी, खास करके BMC स्कूलों की बात करें तो?
देखो, अभी तो बहुत दिन से बच्चे घर पे थे, वापस वो फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए थे. थोड़े दिन में बीच में स्कूल शुरू था, वापस ये हुआ. लेकिन अभी बच्चों को प्रिकॉशंस है कि सबको कंपलसरी मास्क पहनने का है, सैनिटाइज बोला है, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग में रहने के लिए बोला है. और एक क्लास में 40 स्टूडेंट रहते, तो हम लोगों ने क्या किया कि एक अल्टरनेट डे ऐसा रखा है कि आज 20 बच्चे एक क्लास में बैठेंगे, क्योंकि एक सीट पे एक ही बच्चा रहेगा, और कल फिर वो जो है रिमेनिंग, तो वो 20 बच्चे कल रहेंगे. ऐसा अल्टरनेट डे ऐसा स्टार्ट किया है. इससे सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग और अच्छे से बच्चों में मैनेज हो जाएगा.
So this is how it is being managed Rest Griha. See, 20 days alternative alternative attending the school. So this is how BMC is working on ground to make sure that COVID is, prevented, and the studies are, carried on. So this is how BMC is managing, making sure all the, COVID norms are being followed, and safety is, assured to the parents of the kids.
Absolutely. Sandeep and Disha, thank you so much for joining me. Imagine what COVID has done to our children. And these kids, in fact, are always looking forward to come back to school. In our times, we wanted one day off from our school so that we don't have to actually wake up in the morning and go to school. But we see these little kids who want a reassured guidance from their teachers and from their parents so that they can go ahead, attend their classes without any COVID worry.